so long to open with you guys. Like, take off this wrap. So, this is the July illumicrate book. And I am not with any book subscription right now. I was with illumicrate. this is a YA fantasy. The cover is so cute. Like, so cute. The back. Hello. I'm not sure if this is a standalone or what. But it just sounds really, really fun. So, before she was the queen of Pixie Hollow, she was a young fairy who had to choose between duty and her heart. It's been centuries since a warm season fairy has crossed into the winter woods, and while most fear the legends of monsters lurking in the frozen lands, Clarion can't help being intrigued by winter's stoic beauty. However, under the watchful eyes of the current monarch and the court's seasonal ministers, Clarion has little time to dwell on daydreams while the days to her coronation dwindle away. That is, until reports of a monster crossing from winter into spring make their way to the palace. Clarion sees defeating this threat as an opportunity to prove she is worthy of her new role, but instead of finding a monster at the edge of winter, she finds Mallory, a young guardian of the winter woods. Together they form an unlikely bond as they race to save their lands. Ew. It sounds really cute. And they're fairies. I love fairies. But yeah. Obsessed with the cover. Next is a book I'd been wanting to pick up for quite a while, and one that I've been seeing more people reading the last year, because I believe it is quite relevant right now. So this is called Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. This is a dystopian, I think it's dystopian sci-fi, could be wrong, but this was written in the 90s, I believe, but it takes place now, 2024, 2025, yeah, 1993. And I've just heard people talk about how it's kind of eerily similar to the world right now. Although I think the main character has some sort of power. I don't know. Let's read the back. When global climate change and economic crises lead to social chaos in the early 2020s, California becomes full of dangers, from pervasive water shortage to masses of vagabonds who will do anything to live to see another day. 15-year-old Lauren Olamina lives inside a gated community with her preacher father, family, and neighbors, sheltered from the surrounding anarchy. In a society where any vulnerability is a risk, she suffers from hyper-empathy, a debilitating sensitivity to others' emotions. Precocious and clear-eyed, Lauren must make her voice heard in order to protect her loved ones from the imminent disasters her small community stubbornly ignores. But what begins as a fight for survival soon leads to something much more, the birth of a new faith and a startling vision of human destiny. So, sounds really good. And there is a sequel to this as well. And next, changing gears. We're going to be changing gears pretty much every book now. We have quite the range of genres. I got, you see it over here, All the Missing Pieces by Katee Robert, who I'm pretty sure is a Canadian author. This one was pretty popular earlier in the year, I think, but it's a contemporary romance, but with a mystery does look like a catalog. Like, there's even a store map. So this says, something strange is happening at the Orsk Furniture Superstore in Cleveland, Ohio. Every morning, employees arrive to find broken jeering bookshelves, shattered glance water goblets, and smashed Leary pip wardrobes. Sales are down, security cameras reveal nothing, and store managers are panicking. To unravel the mystery, 3 employees volunteer to work a 9-hour dusk till dawn shift. In the dead of the night, they'll patrol the empty showroom floor, investigate strange sights and sounds, and encounter horrors that defy the imagination. A traditional haunted house story in a thoroughly contemporary setting. Horror Store is designed to retain its luster and natural appeal for a lifetime of use. Pleasingly proportioned with generous French flaps and yeah, okay. It sounds fun. And now the last few books I received from publishers, which is so exciting, and I'm so grateful. So 2 of these I received in August. This one from Bloom Books. So thank you so much, Bloom. This is the second book in the Lucky River Ranch series by Jessica Peterson. This is Wyatt. The first book is Cash, which I need to get, but this seems like a contemporary romance series. My guess would definitely be spicy, and they are cowboy romances, which I really enjoy, so I'm so excited to read this series. The cover is so cute. It's giving like a done and dusted kind of, and I think this is the special edition with the sprayed edges. So cool. So, he is exactly what she's looking for in a one-night stand, if only he wasn't her best friend. Sally Powell is back in her hometown of Hartsville, Texas, waiting for her dream job to start thousands of miles away. While she's here, she hopes to end a dry spell, preferably with a local cowboy. If the rumors are true, they ride harder and stay on longer. Wyatt Rivers has been her best friend since 2nd grade, and she's been in love with him for almost as long, but he's as wild and untamed as a colt, not to mention totally out of her league, and his good looks and heartbreaker. With his good looks and heartbreaker reputation. If Wyatt is such an expert, why doesn't he teach her the ropes of how to find a hookup? He begrudgingly agrees, but a little fake flirting leads to fake dating, which leads to real kissing, which leads to real, well, everything else. And the rumors are absolutely true. Oh. So she's leaving town and stuff. They say cowboys can't be tamed. Apparently neither can hearts. It sounds so good. So that's exciting. And also in August from Source Books, they graciously sent me this completed copy of Her Soul for a Crown by Alicia Ramira. I've never heard of this one, but oh my god, how stunning is this cover? It's gorgeous. With gorgeous sprayed edges so well. romantasy, but let's read a bit of the back. A rising queen, a fallen god, two worlds collide to change the course of destiny forever. Anula Ramanayak, I'm probably saying that wrong, of Anaradhapura calculated her ascent the moment she was orphaned, when her village burned in an endless war and the gods forsook her prayers. First, she would marry the Raja, then she would poison him and take the throne for herself and her people. But when an unexpected coup thwarts her careful plans, Anula is left with one desperate opinion. She offers her soul to the cursed gods she renounced in exchange for the crown. In the second heavens, Riri, the Blood Yaka, the most dangerous and powerful of his clan, hears her prayer. For eons he's waited for such a valuable offering, one that could finally give him the chance to kill his divine tormentor and return his fellow Yakas to their former glory on earth. Riri accepts Anula's bargain, tethering them until their goals are achieved, or until they die. Okay, that sounds amazing. This also came with a few goodies. We have this signed nameplate. And this gorgeous art. Character art. And there's also, this says, there were so many ways to stop a heart. This was by far Anula's favorite. What's that mean? And then there's a couple of recipe cards, which is so cute. So one for Sini Sample, aka caramelized onion chutney, which sounds amazing. And on the back, Gary Bath, aka milk rice, which also sounds amazing. So that's very cool. And inside, there's some really cool maps. And lastly, but not leastly, in July, I received as well from Source Books two Katee Robert novels. I have yet to read a Katee Robert novel, but I know she's very popular, so I'm excited to get into her. So I got two books from two different series. I got this ARC copy, which is so cool, of Learn My Lesson, a Wicked Villains novel. And this came out August 5th. I'm pretty sure she is a very spicy romance author. This one, I'm not gonna read too much because I think it's the second book in a series, but it says, once upon a time I was a prince, she's queen to Hades' king. So I think this series is actually a romantasy. I think it's like a Hades Persephone retelling. Again, I could be wrong. Oh, it's signed too. This is cool. There are some trigger warnings in it, so that's always fun. What is this? Okay. Yeah, a bargain with the devil. So I think it is fantasy. Cool. And then I also received Neon Gods by also Katee Roberts. Maybe this is fantasy too. was supposed to be a myth, but from the moment I crossed the river Styx and fell under his dark spell, he was quite simply mine. Okay, this is a different series, but it's also like there's Persephone Zeus. So it's just like, oh, this is a modern retelling of Hades and Persephone. That's as sinful as it is sweet. Okay, that's really exciting. I'm not sure what the premise for this one is then. That's exciting. Alright, my loves, that is going to be it from me today. I really hope that you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you know when I upload. I also have channel memberships